stuff. And then there's another aspect to it that you need to access through your spirit, right? Spiritual energy, to meditate. What is this really talking about? They're talking about something in the other world, in the spirit world, in the spiritual dimensions of what's going on. And the spiritual dimensions are just dimensions that are overlaid over the planet. Or well, this is not an actual physical planet anymore, because like I said, the real earth has been destroyed. This is more like a flat earth hologram computer program. So the earth is kind of like a flat dish, and like if there's spiritual dimensions around it, it just kind of just goes around in like a circle, like a bullseye. But it's really more like a computer program in space, just kind of duplicating what the earth was like or whatever. So I said a lot. Yeah, you have to kind of wake to reality. You're not going to be able to probably see spirits, but you can sense spirits with like other senses. They limit your vision, your visual cortex, so you can't really see spirits. Like everyone is we're like limited robots. Like if you watch the movie Blade Runner, you'll understand that movie about replicants, they're trying to tell you something. Because Deckard is kind of spoiler. Like Deckard finds out he's a replicant at the end. They're trying to tell you we're basically all replicants. Like no one is really human. There are those who think they're human, but no, we're all replicants. That's the thing. We're all robots. We're mimics of what human life was all about. So yeah, something to look into. So yeah, religion is a lie for the most part. It has some spiritual wisdom and truths in there, so I shouldn't say discount it. It can be useful, but they're telling you something else. They're not telling you directly what's going on, especially in the Bible. I feel like the Bible is more like they're telling you the story about how they killed Jupiter. They blew up the planet Jupiter to create a star. So it's an Illuminati secret. All these stars that you see here, real creation or the real source of how everything got created is no more. So creation can't really be created in a very slower, gradual, peaceful, painless type of way. So now what the reptilians do, which they're the Illuminati, go figure, right? Evil spirits. Now what these fallen angels do is like they see a planet, they'll blow it up. If they ran out of energy, we'll blow this up. So basically when they blow up a planet, it creates a star. It's like, why would they do that? Well, they need stars out there. Well, why would they need stars? It's because it's idolatry. Because people worship stars. And you put energy into watching stars. And they need that energy. They feed off that energy. And, really it's like they have that energy condensed into a star. Like the fallen angels, they like to worship stars too. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much it. Like, evil spirits, they gain power and control over us because of the vices and sins. As long as we sin, as long as we commit vices, wrongdoing, they gain power over us. And that's what it is. Like, if you actually practice this reality and try to do good, you know what I mean? You could read all these religious textbooks and you just look how to be good everywhere. Morality. You really look into it, like, I want to be a good person. I want to try to perfect my soul. And you're serious about it, you'll start understanding spiritual laws. Avoid the 7 deadly sins. Avoid idolatry. A lot of stuff in the Bible is right, in terms of what you shouldn't do and practice. And you don't empower the enemy. You don't empower these false idols, these false angels, these reptilian spirits. And it takes their power away. And then if they don't have power, then they can't use it. They can't hurt you. If they can't hurt you, then maybe for a long time, for the first time for a robotic man, he can gain some of his will back and remember what it was like to be like God. I can't say we're God, to be like God, because a lot of the energy of natural creation has been drained from us. But we can experience what it feels to be like God. And then you shouldn't be concerned about death because, like I said, this is hollow matrix. And when you die, your mental consciousness is going to go right back to the moon. everything is stored on the moon. The moon is a computer, and they're just gonna bring you right back into another body. So it's like you may not remember, but there's ways to remember. If you get into trying to like meditate yourself back to the moon and remember, well, who was I before, you can like go consciously. And that's why they don't want people to enhance their consciousness. That's another thing about stopping that conscious movement, because you can actually get to a point where you can go to the moon, figure out who you were, your past life, what you need to learn in this life. Like you could have your own journey basically, and they don't want that. And yeah, if you want to know where the reptilians are, they're in the sun. They're behind the sun. The sun, so like, you know why a lot of the religions worship the sun? Because that's the Illuminati. That's where the reptilians like to hide. I want to say the sun is not evil. The sun's energy is good. It's all the light that they take from the humans. But see, what the reptilians do, they just sit behind the sun, you know, so it's like an energy veil there, and they sit behind the sun, and they just like to pretend to be God and chill, and they're used to, you know, doing it. You know, it's a celestial, it's a wicked government that they like to play. They like to play God. They're not God, they're fallen angels. But that's what it is. Illuminati or the reptilians, which hide behind the sun. That's why everything goes back to sun worship. But the sun is really just energy. It's not so much consciousness. It's not consciousness and like how we're conscious, like self-aware. It's more like it's just energy of all the light that they would steal from people, basically. Like when you get to a certain point in your life and you feel happy, and then all of a sudden all this bad stuff happens, it's demons, because they take your energy and they bring it to the sun. There's no real sun. This is really a computer world, but they like to pretend like it's the sun, so they want to feel empowered. So they just basically steal they steal our energy. They steal our light, and they put it into this ball to make it look like the sun, and they hide behind that. So there's the reptilians, the Illuminati, like to stay up there. Then there's another order of like reptilians called the luminaries, which are like the ones in charge of the moon. The moon's computer, and those are more like witch demon reptiles. And then there's the reptiles underground, as they call it, the inner earth. So basically you got wickedness everywhere. You got down below, up in the air, sun and moon. But it wasn't always like this, because in the beginning, like I said, Gaia, you know, was peaceful. She's made of love, life. And the real true gods, the true white ball, aura balls, the archangels, and, you know, God forces, and the governor, you know, or what they call God, we will all come down to the earth, and we were more in a state of like human consciousness. We will all come down, spiritual human consciousness, and we would enjoy the earth when it was the earth, when it was the natural, living, breathing, beautiful, pure, perfect earth. Like that was the, you know, so basically the real gods were humans, and the archangels, the fallen angels, they know that, and they never want, even if we're in this computered weird type of life now, they never want the human mind to figure out how to go back to their statehood of, or even just to remember a smidget of all the spiritual journeys and stuff that we would have up there. Yeah, that's basically, you know, it. We're all waiting for a God to come down and save us. I don't believe in that. I used to, but the stuff that I've experienced, really the whole prophecy was like God lives within us, or lives among us. It was a human to come, like we were supposed to break ourselves out of slavery, imprisonment with the reptilians. It was a human that God was supposed to activate within a human that was already down here. There's nothing coming, because they've already sent souls, you know. She sent everybody down here to help us, you know, when the earth, when the lower world started to crumble. Like she did all she could, and it didn't work, because these demons, they, you know, they pretty much knew what was going on, and they would just corrupt the souls that would come down and steal their light. That's what they did. So yeah, if we were gonna ever get out of slavery and get out of darkness, we would have to do it ourselves. We would have to try to remember that we were God, and that prophecy of a human savior was already within us, already here. There was nobody else to send down here. Like everybody got sent down here to help us. And so what that means is, like, with everything that we are, our original creation when we were souls, to up until the point now with this new digital robotic life. Dave Icke wrote this book, you know, with Robot Rebellion, slaves get off your knees, you know, robots get off your knees, or something like that. Like, we have to combine everything that we are now, and a lot of us are more reptilian now, so everything we are now, and then like become our own saviors with all that we know. Like, this is like basically our evolution. Take back the damn hollow matrix for good and for harmony. You know, we are our own saviors. We are the Christ embodiment, human robot seeds. Thank you.